Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Brian over here at the Little Orchard Farm. What I thought I'd do today is take you along for a couple of the chores that I've got to get done today. We've got to work up in the orchard and get the garden ready for wintering, and a couple of other things. So come along with us. Should be a pretty fun day. Yesterday, Karen and I spent all day working on the barn. And we spent all the time working on board and batten across the front of the barn. I thought it turned out pretty well, don't you? It's pretty awesome. I didn't want to bore you with more board and batten and more board and batten. We've got one more side to do on the board and batten, and we'll be done with the siding part of it. And we can jump on into the interior. And if you recall, last week, Kevin was out working on the electrical, getting the electrical boxes set up and so forth. We still got to dig our conduit line from the cabin to the barn, and we've got to get some receptacles and things like that put in. All that's coming up in the weeks to follow, so make sure you're keeping track of us now. You hear? All right, let's have a fun day today. A couple of days ago, I went ahead and I broke down the my Woodland Mills sawmill and got it unpacked and moved here into the barn. So I've got several boxes here that that I got to get to building on that sawmill. Got our location kind of picked out. I've got it graded and got some gravel down. I've got to do a little bit more work on that. Had one of my friends out there on YouTube recommend putting some like 4x4 post or railroad ties or something like that with pins driven down into them. That's a great idea, and I've got some 2 foot surveying pins. Hopefully Robbie won't mind if I use a couple of them because I think they were his. I'll have to buy them off of him or something because that's a great idea. I'm going to drive those pins in the ground. That way when the track sits down on top of that, on top of those 4x4s, railroad tie, whatever, they won't slide because I guarantee you we're going to get a little shifting, a little vibrative shifting coming off of that track, and I want to keep it nice and level as we're cutting those trees up. So great idea from one of my friends who follows along the channel. And yeah, hopefully over the next, couple of weeks, we'll get out here and we'll start jumping on putting this thing together. I'm really stoked about it. It's got this big old huge Kohler 14 horsepower of a beast of an engine on it. So I'm really looking forward to getting in here and seeing what that bad boy will do. But today, let's get up to the orchard. We got to get a little bit of work done in the orchard. Wow, look at this. Oh, isn't that cool? She has a good little meal all saved up there. Wow, it is amazing how look at that. I don't know if you can see, but there's a line that goes all the way across to that tree. They are unbelievable architects. Unbelievable. That's awesome. Well, as you can see, around the trees, we've got quite a bit of grass. So I want to take the weed whacker and the weed trimmer. Here in the South, we call it a weed whacker. But I want to go at knocking down some of this grass around the trees and get it kind of cleaned up. As you can tell, though, look at the health of the trees. What is really cool is that I'm seeing you know, I put tape around a lot of these trees for the identification, and you can see where the tape is actually cracking, and that's because the girth of the tree is increasing, and which is really cool. This one's looking great. Can't even read these anymore. It was very fortunate because I wrote down on a piece of paper we mapped out when Greg and I put this in the ground. We would draw it out. We mapped out exactly what species was going where. And it's a good thing I did, because I had aspirations of coming back behind these trees and putting little placards or something in the ground that was a little bit more permanent, that would withstand the weather a little bit better. And I thought, I'll put a little piece of tape on it, put the name on there, and that'll be fine. And it was for about, you know, a couple of months. But over time, the weather just eventually gets to it. So here's, I'm going to get to weed whacking here in just a second, and we'll speed through that so we can get to the next thing. But here's the thing that I got an issue with. Look at there, fence is down. And why is that? I believe I've got deer coming up, and in fact, I got one area here that's completely knocked down. Well, let's get to work. All right, that cleans it up a little bit better. If any of you know of a better way to do this, leave it in the comment box below. I'd love to know. Because I get stuff like this now that is coming into the orchard. I've got, you know, these vines that are now wrapping themselves around my trees. And so I want to get in here and do a little bit of a cutting out job, it looks like. All right, Karen's on her way up. I'm gonna get her to lift the deer netting up off the ground, so I can just kind of go down through there and buzz it and see if we can't get this cut down a little bit. All right, we are almost done. I got one more little quick side on that last side over there, and we'll be done. But man, look how much cleaner that looks. That nice border. Oh yeah, water. Thank you. Yeah. So whatever these things are, stuck all over me. You got a few on you.
Yeah.
I have no idea what that plant is, but it's the most irritating plant. It has to be incredibly prolific, because anything that walks by that thing is going to get about a gazillion seeds stuck to it. Yeah. Watch my goji berry. Goji berry coming up there. The fig. Look at my fig. Isn't that fig looking nice? It's popping up really great. Most all of my trees, our trees, are doing really well. I've got a couple that.
There's one or two that just aren't doing anything.
Yeah, there's at least one or two. At least one or two that decided to check out. All right, let's finish this up, and then we'll show you a few other things that we're doing to kind of clean up and.
resting from doing the barn.
That's right. We're resting.
Resting.
We're resting. Yeah, yesterday Karen and I spent all day putting on that side of that barn, and we thought, let's give our bodies a rest today. Let's don't overstress ourselves, because man, yesterday it was hard. I mean, we were up and down that ladder a gazillion times. It was heavy labor, no doubt, heavy labor. So we decided to rest, and
more than my 8,000 steps in.
I think I'm gonna have to take a week off from work just to rest. All right, let's finish up. All right, let's go to the garden. Got a few things to take care of up there. We're winding down the garden, the 2021 spring and summer garden. We still have a ton of peppers that are just growing like wildfire. And bell peppers, hot peppers, jalapenos, Anaheims. We still have the palm tree. I mean, the okra. The okra is still putting out okra. And we'll end up chopping and dropping that. Karen's got some basil. She's going to actually pick some of the basil and do a little bit more pesto with it, which is awesome. We got lemon balm back here that is still doing really well. I think we're going to take a harvest of lemon balm. I've got a few things that are on the recipe list that I think we can do with the lemon balm. But also everybody knows it's incredibly invasive, so it's not like it's going to be going away. And then we've had several pumpkins that...
Those are watermelons.
I keep calling those pumpkins. We've had several watermelons that get to about this size, and then they just, I don't know, they peter out. So
Something eats them.
this one definitely, something got into it.
They gnaw on it.
Well, and see, like this one here,
Mouse gets in here and gnaws on
like
it.
this is what we get. Let me see if I can get away from the sun here. We get a lot of this. That looks like nibbling to me. Something's nibbling on it. But that's the typical result of our watermelon experiment. We'll definitely do it again next year. We gotta continue to work through what got us this year. Tomatoes are all done. They're done for the season. The only thing that's really going like gangbusters are the marigolds. And we learned a valuable lesson about the marigolds this year, which was plant them on the outside of the fence, down the fence row on the outside, because these things grew all up onto the panel. Look here, you can still see them. They've kind of just taken over. That little butterfly's liking them. The marigolds did really well. We'll end up planting them again next season. We're gonna kind of start winterizing this area. We brought up our tarp that we're gonna use kind of as a silage tarp for this season. It's not the best to use for this, but we've used it for, I don't know, how many things did we use that tarp for? We covered our roof with it.
Yep.
What else did we do with it?
We covered all the implements with it.
We've covered the implements with it when they were out in the open. What else did we do with it? We've used it.
We covered the floor with it, I think.
We covered the floor with it when we originally got it. Yeah, this thing has been used for everything. It's been wonderful. So I figured if we could get one season of winter tarping until we can really buy, till we can afford and purchase a silage tarp that could be used season after season, because that's really what I'd like to do. Tarp it for the winter. Come back with a fresh coat of compost in the spring and plant on it. No till, at least not in this area here. We are going to do a tilled area over on the side. We're just kind of comparing to find out which one has the most, which one is the most work, which one creates the healthiest soil, and which one returns the best product, the best vegetables and fruits. So Anyway, I better get to helping her. She's always doing all the work and I'm filming. Well, there you have it. A little bit of a garden update for you. Peppers still going strong. Good gravy, good gravy. Bell peppers, hot peppers, cayenne peppers, jalapeno peppers, Anaheim peppers. We got the peppers. We can do peppers. All right. Well, I think that ought to wrap it up for this weekend.
I'm tired.
Goodness gracious.
I'm glad we had a rest day.
Yeah, I got one more thing I'm going to do. I got to put up a hose hanger.
And you need to put
and some knobs on your closet. So there's a couple of other little small things I'm going to try and knock out today. But this is as good a place as any to wish you guys a very awesome, awesome week and a very blessed week. Till we see you again the next time. We will.
See ya. My hand flicked. Hang on to it really good.
Oh, you're way left. Ah, you're getting closer. Nice. Let's see what you got. It looks like you're mostly off just a little to the... You went down. Yeah, those were all down. Including this one right here. That was down. Goodness. But it's at least closer. It's at least closer than the one you had up there.
Hey, I got right here too.
But yeah, you got some close to the bullseye. And all right. It's all about having fun.
Yeah.
Living and learning.